The FNAF Survival Logbook has been the bane of every FNAF theorist's existence for the last 10 years. So today, my friends and I are going back page by page to try to find any new secrets this book may have been hiding.
Oh, have you eaten pizza?
So no more dilly-dallying, let's get right into it. Welcome to the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Crossed Out Survival Logbook. Everything employees need to survive their first 5 nights on the job. Looks like this book is property of the purple guy's son.
You could even say he's got
entered inside of him, dog.
We could say that.
Oh, wait, really?
You could argue that.
Chat, note the big yellow post-it note that's on this page that says sorry. Looks like somebody's already written in this one. You don't mind, right? Because that post-it note is going to be important later on, because I'm going to yap about that.
Yeah. Night 1, where Foxy is reading an ad in Screws, Bolts, and Hairpins, which is literally what hand unit says to Michael in Sister Location.
Whether you were approached at a job fair, read our ad in Screws, Bolts, and Hairpins, or if this is the result of a dare, we welcome you.
So that's why anyone that's like, the Fright guard isn't Mike, I'm like, bro, are you tweaking?
This quiz is very much related to like all the stuff in FNAF 1. Like all of these questions are things that you go through in FNAF 1 as far as I can tell from the phone calls in FNAF 1. And then the next page after the quiz results is sometimes it can help to imagine what you fear in a funny way. And then it has a picture of the puppet, which we have to draw a costume on top of. You know, if we're going from a meta perspective, this is relating Mike's fear to the puppet. So he is in some way afraid of Charlie.
No, it's just like Jackie. We're putting a puppet in a costume.
It's literally Jackie.
We're putting a puppet in a costume.
She's gonna put on a costume.
You guys, you're all talking about...
Why'd you sound like that?
Jack.
That's my new singing style.
But my first thought was Coil the Clown, but it's just a puppet wearing a Commando clown.
We don't speak of it. We don't speak of friends. Why does he say ha-ha on the next page?
And it's right next to the puppet, which means he finds the puppet very scary. So scary that he laughs at the puppet. I don't know if that's anything.
Exactly. I've got my first kind of like theory regarding these coupons. Something regarding them, which I think we should have a look at throughout the book, is potentially that they're being used to signify the events of different, or the order of events throughout the series. This first one is take your family out for a night of fun at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Why is
the
out
next one, I believe,
That's fucking weird.
Well, so this is the thing. The next coupon page, I know I'm jumping ahead, is take a bite out of fun on your next birthday, and it's the happiest day coupon.
So Charlie first. Charlie first.
Take your family out. So outside, kill your family. Yeah.
Well, I think just because outside.
I
think just because she died outside, and the next coupon,
outside. But also to take your family out is like to take them out. You know, you can use it in multiple ways.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're saying timeline order, William doesn't kill his family before he kills his family. That don't make no sense.
No. I don't mean his family, but as in like you can use it in multiple ways. But yeah, I've heard theories that the Cassidy or the Faded is speaking to both Michael and the crying child, or is speaking to one of them and the other person is responding. Because we'll get into it a bit later, but there's a lot of instances where Mike is helping out or answering things from, like obviously the nightmare drawing, you know, do you still have dreams? I think there's some cases where it's more so that Mike is accidentally answering because it's more related to what's on the page.
Reflect on the things in life that you're most thankful for. This can only mean that Michael was put into the chambers on Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
I just don't eat the Thanksgiving turkey, Father.
FNAF 4 Thanksgiving edition.
Thanksgiving theory.
I was just gonna say, it seems like that this book is being written like tongue-in-cheek, not by Fazbear, because you know, as on the nose as they can be, they're not the type to be like, you know, writing in the logbook like, oh, you must be so grateful to be alive after your first night, you know, that kind of stuff. I feel like this is more so playing off of the idea that this is being written by people who are in the horror attraction.
But then the one thing that makes that not work is the post-it note. The spring
depends on who is selling this off, and you know, there could be an argument that the post-it notes are meta, but I see it more like that might be playing into things. We'll talk about it when we get there. But
They've
everything
never
else, like
considered this
I
in
don't
the
see
FNAF
like do you think it's like a just completely meta?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't really think about that. I kind of just think about the contents of the logbook. But if it has to be, if it's one thing, it's probably written by the people at Frights. I agree. It's just there's too much Frights imagery for it to just be written by Fazbear in the 90s. However, the stupid yellow post-it note is kind of what makes it complicated.
Oh no.
I mean,
It's him.
F1 2006.
It's Nightmare Fredbear. Do you have dreams? With a
You have
perfect
dreams.
illustration of Nightmare Fredbear drawn by Michael.
What if it's
This
nice?
is
41.
on the page talking
Just
about
Because.
drawing your recent dreams.
Recent dreams. Well, I think he has them
Um,
throughout the entire... Like, I think it's just as a regular thing for him whenever he goes to bed.
Perhaps these were dreams related to the crying child, or we're going with a FNAF movie idea of like being closer to crying child
Yep,
influences his dreams.
That's what I'm going to talk about
The
in my
fact
video.
that if
as
this
well.
is if this is in the FNAF 3 location or around that time, this would pay credence to the idea that the crying child may have actually gone through those things and is influencing Mike's dreams, or that Nightmare's presence in those dreams is something that didn't happen in real life but did happen in the dreams.
The weird thing is that why does he have to appear at 4 a.m. and remove all the other animatronics when he does appear? That's the one thing that weirds me out.
Well, that'd be interesting if it was the crying child invading his dreams, because then you'd have this idea of it's like that's the one real thing showing up, and all the rest of them kind of
It's
go away.
because crying child was
It's
4
kinda like in the movie.
when he died. Crying child was 4 years old.
How old are you?
I'm 4 years old.
You are the youngest person ever.
What is your job?
My job is to...
This book released after FNAF 6, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yep. Yeah, it was after. It was after.
So in that case, we have Scott, who at this point has already moved on from the idea of Happiest Day being the end of the series. And we've obviously talked about how Happiest Day doesn't seem to occur in the way that it was implied to in the original version. So I was considering if maybe this is kind of Scott, like, not retconning necessarily, but like reimagining the Happiest Day scenario through the logbook, right?
Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to piss a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take your family out. This refers to the crime of William Afton killing a kid outside. Bite.
Yes.
This refers to bite victim dying. Slice.
Yes.
This refers to the first 5. Grand reopening. DCI. Just saying. If
Yes,
all of these are
yes,
referring to
exactly.
deaths, the DCI does happen. It's saying grand reopening.
Yes.
Join us at the new Freddy Fazbear's.
So this is the page with the real value. If we go back to the page with on page 61 with the comic on it, right? We've got the 5 + 4 and the 3, which is how you get the Cassidy, one of the Cassidy numbers. I think it's 8 and 3 down or something like that. But people have also used this as the for real value code, and they've made it 5 + 4 × 3, which makes 27. And if you get 27 and you plug it into an inflation calculator and you use 1993, you get like vaguely around the same numbers as if this logbook took place in like it's the way people place FNAF 3 in like 2017, 2016, 2015. There's like a range of dates, right?
Yeah.
However,
we made a video on that.
Yeah, however, something I haven't seen anyone talk about is the fact that this coupon, the quote-unquote for real value thing, is the only coupon which comes on a page which is from a game which is the only game in the series which has a definitive date besides FNAF 4. The grand reopening, we know for a fact, took place in 1987. There is no doubt about that. We know that this coupon is from 1987. So what we should be doing is using 1987 as the base date and then trying to figure out what lines up with the numbers
now. I'm gonna go do that.
61. I've done this, and there is actually a date which lines up. The only issue is it doesn't just involve the blackboard, it also involves the magazine which Foxy is reading, which has Friday written on it.
What page
Now, let
are we
me
on right
see.
now?
So page 61. It's the one just
I'm
after.
going to November of 1987.
If we take 5 plus 4 times 3, we get 27. But the only year that adjusts for with 1987 is 2005, which is too early or late for anything that's going on.
Yeah.
But the Friday written on Foxy's magazine is a weird detail to include.
It does say Friday. Yeah.
So I was wondering if we have to include that in the puzzle as well, which would be 5 plus 4 times 3 plus if you use the US like calendar system,
schedule.
Friday is the 6th. It's also the 6th day of the week. So I was thinking 5 plus 4 times 3 plus 6, which gives us 33. Now, interestingly enough, if we take the coupon code from the October of 1987, because that's the week that it opened. I know we play in November, but the building I believe opened in October. And we take the modern day for FNAF 3 being October of 2015, then the value is exactly 33 if you adjust for inflation. No cents, no anything extra. It's the only date that lines up with an exact figure. Now you can double check me on this. This is stuff that I did a while ago just on my own time. But it's interesting because every other calculation I've ever seen for this is always like 27 and a bit or 26 and a few dollars, and we're rounding up or rounding down. This is the only time I've ever seen an answer to this question, which gives us exactly the right amount. So for October of 1987 to October of 2015, which would make sense because it's like a Halloween themed attraction, October of 2015 exactly goes up to $33.
But you know what's less than $33? The brand new T-Dreads community merch inspired hoodies with all the favorite community meme theories on the front with this beautiful design from Barbadroid. You can get it in a shirt, hoodie, sticker, or cup using the link below. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe.